Everyone, welcome to this video segment. In this video segment, we shall be discussing linear equations part 2, and we shall be solving integers only. That is, we shall be solving only integers. So before you view this video segment, it is recommended that you view the video segment on the distributive property and also the video segment on linear equations part 1. Alright, let's start with the examples. 7x plus 8 equal to 1. This is question 1. So in this case, you just move, this first term 7x is a variable, the second term 8 is a constant, and 1 is a constant. So move the variables to one side, move the constants to one side. And as you would recall, in other video segments we did, you always make the variable to stay on the left hand side. The variable will always stay on the left hand side of the equation. So in this case, we move this constant to join the brother. This will now be 7x equal to 1 minus 8. And this gives you 7x equal to negative 7. And then you divide both sides by 7. You now have that x will be negative 1. As you would recall, variable will always be on the left hand side. And the variable here is x, of course. Then you make sure that the variables stay on one side, the left hand side, and the constants stay on the right hand side. Then when you move, you make sure that you change the sign. Like when I move the positive 8 on the left hand side, if I move it to join the brother on the right hand side, it will change the sign to negative 8. And also, it should come behind the person that is already there. When I move this positive 8 on the left hand side, if I have to move it to the right hand side, it should join the brother. The brother here is 1 because it's a constant, or sister, anyone you want to call it. I'm just calling it that. Constants to be the same, okay? So you move the positive 8 over here, it becomes negative 8. Now, some people will do it this way. 7x plus 8 equal to 1. And then they come here and do minus 8 here, subtract 8 from both sides, and you have 7x equal to 1 minus 8, which is negative 7. And then x will be negative 1. I don't usually like going through this way, but this is also correct. Yeah, this is also correct. It's also correct if you wish to do it like that. Now, when I talk about moving to join the brother or to join the sister, I'm just saying the same thing. Like, if it's a constant here, I call both of them brothers, or I call both of them sisters. Yeah. So, and I will tell you why why I really like to do it this way. Because when you are solving multi-step equation, or when you are solving equation with variables on both sides, you keep on subtracting, or adding and adding if you follow this step. But this step is very, very correct. This step is still correct. This step is also correct. Whichever way you wish to do it, that is fine. Just know that in equations, we need to separate the variable. We need to make sure anything we can do to make sure that the variable stays on its own, then we have to do it, provided that it's mathematically correct. Now, after doing this stuff, just like I said in earlier segment on equations 1, you have to check. You always have to check. That is why I love equations, because you need to check your work to see whether you're correct. And of course, in checking, we write the main problem first. 7x plus 8 equal to 1. Then the left hand side, the right hand side. The left hand side is 7x plus 8, and the right hand side is 1. So we now have to solve this for x equal to -1. So we have to substitute -1 for x. Wherever we see x here, we put -1. And that gives us 7 times -1 plus 8, which is -7 plus 8, which is 1. So we have 1 on the left-hand side, 1 on the right-hand side. We now know that we are correct. I would advise that you always check your work whenever it comes to equations. How do you check? You write the main problem, you break it down to left-hand side, right-hand side, and you make sure that your left-hand side will be equal to your right-hand side when you substitute the answer in the problem. Okay? Now let's go to number 2. In number 2, we have 5p minus 4 equal to 21. So this is a variable, this is a constant, this is a constant. Make the constants to be on one side. Make the variables to be on one side. The variable is good, it's on the left-hand side, it's good. So we are not moving it, right? But we need to move the constant. Here the constant, what is the sign before the constant? It is -4. If we move it over to this side, it becomes +4. And it should come behind the person already there. 21 is already there. So it should come behind 21. Just like if you want to enter the bus, right? And you have several people in line. Would you jump in front of the first person in line, or would you go and line up behind the last person? You will line up behind the last person. If -4 here on the left-hand side wants to move to a new neighborhood, which is on the right-hand side, he has to stay in line. He has to come behind the one already there, 21. And he will now change his sign, the sign, -4 to +4. So this gives you that 5p will be equal to 25. You divide both sides by 5, p will now give you 5. If you divide both sides by 5. Then the next thing is for you to check. In checking, we write the main problem. After writing the main problem, we write the left-hand side, the right-hand side. Left-hand side is 5p minus 4. Right-hand side is 21. And we are checking for p to be equal to 5. So we now substitute. Wherever we see p, we put 5. 5 times 5 minus 4, which is 25 minus 4, which is 21. 21 on the left-hand side, 21 on the right-hand side. We are good. Question 3. We have 2 into 3 minus 2j equal to j minus 4. In this case, we are going to distribute. We have to know the distributive property. Distributive property. So that's why I said it's important you learn you review the distributive property. So this gives us what? 6 minus 4j equal to j minus 4. If you distribute that, now 6 will move. 6 is a constant. You should move to the right. -4j is good. Is on the left. J is on the right. It should come to the left. And -4 is good. It should stay on the right. Like I said earlier, variables stay on the left, constants stay on the right. So I have to, this will be -4j, because this is the sign for it. J is positive here. If it comes over here, it becomes negative. And it should come and line up behind the -4j that is already here. -4j is already on the left. If positive j on the right is coming, it should line behind it. And then -4 is already on the right. If 6 is coming from the left, it should line before it, it should line after it. I'm sorry, I'm saying it should line after it, not before it, I'm sorry. Okay, 6 will now be -6. Let me explain this again. -4, the variables should be on the left. the constants should be on the right. So we look at the left, we have a constant here, 6, on the left. So it needs to move to the right. And then we look at the right, we have a variable on the right, j. It needs to come to the left. So negative 4j is already on the left. You keep it. It's good. Now j will need to move to the left. And j is positive on the right. So if it moves to the left, it becomes negative j. And it should come behind the negative 4j that is there. Like I gave in the example, when you're coming in, you have to stay behind the last person. Now 6 is coming over here to the right. Negative 4 is already on the right. And 6 is on the left, coming over to the right. So it should line behind negative 4. Gives you negative 6. And this gives us negative 5j is equal to negative 10. And that gives you that you now divide both sides by negative 5. J will give you 2. If you divide both sides by negative 5. The next thing you do is to what? Check. And when you check, you first of all write the main problem. Write the main problem just like you say. Then find your left-hand side, right-hand side. Left-hand side is 2 into 3 minus 2j. Right-hand side is j minus 4. And that j is equal to 2. So this is 2 into 3 minus 2 times 2, which is 2 into 3 minus 4, which is 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. Negative 2 on our left-hand side. Now here, j is 2 minus 4, which is negative 2. Negative 2 on our right-hand side. We are good. That's the way we check. Okay. I hope you don't have any questions so far. The next one is number 4. 6q minus 3 into 5q plus 2 equal to 4 into 1 minus q. So in this question, we have to apply the distributive property here, as usual. This will give us 6q, then this will give negative 15q, negative 6, or minus 6, whichever one, equal to 4 minus 4q. So, we now, 6q is good on the left, negative 15q is good on the left, now negative 6 is a constant, should go to the right. And then negative 4q is on the right, so it has to come to the left. So this is 6q minus 15q plus 4q equal to 4 plus 6. When it comes over, it changes sign. When it moves over, it changes sign. So this will be what? Negative what? 9q plus 4q equal to 10. And this will give you negative 5q equal to 10. And q will be negative 2. If you divide both sides by negative 5, you get negative 2. Okay, now you need to view the video on adding and subtracting variables, so you know what I did here. The next thing is to check, right? In checking, we write the main problem. Then we write the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Left-hand side is 6q minus 3 into 5q plus 2. And then the right-hand side is 4 into 1 minus q. So we just substitute. Q is negative 2, so this is 6 times negative 2 minus 3 into 5 times negative 2 plus 2. So this is negative 12 minus 3 into negative 10 plus 2. And this will give you, I think I have to just come over to this side and check and finish the check so that you see it very well. Okay, I'm still continuing with my check. On the left hand side, I have that 6 negative 2 minus 3 times 5 times negative 2 plus 2 And on the right hand side, I have 4 into 1 minus q. Okay, let me finish with this one. This is negative 12 minus 3 into negative 10 plus 2, which is negative 12 minus 3 into negative 8, which is negative 12 plus 24, which is 12. Alright, this will be 4 into 1 minus q is negative 2, which is 4 into 1 plus 2, which is 4 times 3, which is 12. 12, 12. That shows we're correct. Now, you need to view the videos on addition and subtraction of integers. Negative, negative gives us a positive. Okay, question 5. We have negative 2m minus 3 into 4 minus 2m equal to 2 into m minus 3 plus 2. So in this case, as usual, you distribute here and here. So this is negative 2m. Of course, this is negative 12 plus 6m equal to 2m minus 6 plus 2. And that gives you negative 2m plus 6m. You move negative 12 to join the constants over to the right. You move 2m over here to join them here. This is plus, so if it comes here, it becomes negative 2m. And this is negative 6 plus 2 plus 12. Like I said, if it moves from left to right or right to left, it will change sign if it moves like that. So negative 2m plus 6m is negative 4m. Negative 2m equal to negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4 plus 12. So this is negative 6m equal to 8. Okay, negative 2m is actually 4m. I'm sorry. You owe 2, you have 6. So this is 4m minus 2m, which is now 2m equal to negative 4 plus 12 gives you 8. So you divide both sides by 2, and m will give you 4. M gives you 4. The next thing you do is to what? Is to check your work. For every equation I solve, I like to check. It is important. So that if I check it and my left hand side is not equal to my right hand side, then there is a problem and I need to go back and fix it. That is one good thing about checking your work. You check it to see whether your left hand side is equal to your right hand side. Okay, so this is negative 2m minus 3 into 4 minus 2m, 2 into m minus 3 plus 2. And our m is 4. Our m is 4. So this is negative 2 times 4 minus 3 into 4 minus 2 times 4. Left hand. Right hand, 2 into 4 minus 3 plus 2. Let's complete this. This is negative 8 minus 3 into 4 minus 8. Right? So this is negative 8 minus 3 into negative 4. So this is negative 8 plus 12, and that is 4. And this is 2 times 1 plus 2. 2 plus 2, which is 4. That is equation 5. That's question 5. Alright, next thing is to go to question 6. Question 6. 2 into negative x minus 1 plus 4 equal to 5 plus bracket negative parenthesis 6x minus 7 close parenthesis plus 9x close bracket. 2 open bracket negative parenthesis open parenthesis x minus 1 close parenthesis plus 4 close bracket equal to 5 plus open bracket negative open parenthesis 6x minus 7 close parenthesis plus 9x close bracket. Same thing. Here we have a bracket and a parenthesis. We start with the inner, we start with the parenthesis before we move to the outer bracket. The inner is parenthesis, the outer is bracket. So this is 2, we still keep our bracket. Now this is negative 1. you distribute negative 1, negative x plus 1, then plus 4. That is it. And then this will be equal to 5 plus, you distribute here, this is negative 6x plus 7 plus 9x. And then you now have this is now 2 into negative x plus 5 equal to 5 plus, you have negative 6x plus 9x plus 7. I'm trying to do it step by step, you know, to make sure I don't skip any step, so you understand it. So here we can go ahead and distribute right away. This is negative 2x plus 10 equal to 5 plus, here will be 3x plus 7, 3x plus 7, right? So negative 2x plus 10 will be equal to 5 plus 3x plus 7, because actually 1 is here, plus 1. So you distribute also, gives you the same thing. So you now get the variables on the left, take the constants to the right. This is negative 2x, this comes over here, minus 3x, then 5 plus 7, this goes over here, minus 10. So this is negative 5x equal to 5 plus 7 is what? 12. 12 minus 10 is 2. So our x will now be 2 over negative 5, which is the same thing as negative 2 over 5. Right? When we get a fraction, we probably would like to go over it again, but we can still go ahead and solve it because we will still check. That is the reason why we need to check. Because when we check, it tells us whether we are right or wrong. So let's continue. So x will now be negative 0.4. If you don't like fractions, you can just put it like a decimal. Okay, let's check this and see. Let's check our equations and see. Okay, so in checking, we write the main equation 2 into negative x minus 1 plus 4 equal to 5 plus negative 6x minus 7 plus 9x. Right? Okay, our left hand side is 2 into negative x minus 1 plus 4. And then our right hand side is 5 plus negative 6x minus 7 plus 9x. So when you do the left hand side, the right hand side, and then our x is negative 0.4. So all we need to do is to plug it in. X is negative 0.4 minus 1. Now you have to be careful. You have parentheses and you have bracket and you're dealing with a negative answer. So you have to be extra careful. 5 plus negative 6 times negative 0.4. Now I have two parentheses here. Minus 7, you close the parentheses, and I have an inner parenthesis, I have an outer parenthesis, and I still have a bracket. I have another parenthesis here, then I have a bracket. So you really have to be careful here. Okay, you just have to be extra careful. Now, let's do this first. This is bracket, negative. Now you do this inner parenthesis first. This is now negative 1.4, then plus 4. And this, you now open up the parenthesis. Negative times negative is positive. 1.4 plus 4, and that is 2 times 5.4, and that gives you 2 times 5.4 is 10.8. So we got 10.8 on our left hand side. Now let's go to the right hand side. So we have to be careful here, as usual. We have to do this. This is negative, then outer parenthesis 6. Then we do the inner parenthesis first. 6 times negative 0.4 is negative 2.4. Then minus 7, close the outer parenthesis, plus 9 times negative 0.4 is negative 3.6. Right? So, you now open up this parenthesis. This is actually parenthesis here. So, this will now be 5 plus bracket negative. Open up the parenthesis. This is negative 2.4 minus 7. Then plus minus 3.6 will give you minus 3.6. Positive, negative, two signs together, make it one sign, which is negative. So this will be 5 plus negative 2.4 minus 7 will give you negative 9.4, then minus 3.6. And then you have 5 plus 9.4, negative times negative is positive. Or when you see two signs together, make it one sign. So you have 9.4 minus 3.6, right? So you now have 5 plus 9.4 minus 3.6 will give you 14 minus 6 is 8 points, then 8 minus 3 is 5, 5.8. 5 plus 5.8 gives you 10.8. Your left hand side is equal to your right hand side. You can now drink a Coca-Cola soda. You can drink a soda. Okay. You now smile. You drink. You smile. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Number 7. Negative 8 into q plus 3 equal to negative 8q minus 5 into q plus 1. Okay. We distribute. This gives us negative 8q minus 24 equal to negative 8q minus 5q minus 5. Right? So we move the variables to the left, move the constants to the right. So negative 8q plus 8q plus 5q, if these guys come over here, equal to negative 5 plus 24. So negative 8q plus 8q will cross out, that will give you 0q, plus 5q gives you 5q equal to 19. So q is 19 over 5, and I prefer to work with decimal, but I will still do fraction anyway. Q is 3.8. In the linear equations 2, fractions only, you will see we'll work with fractions. Okay. Alright, the next thing is to do what? Is to check. Checking, I write my main problem. Negative 8q plus 3 equal to negative 8q minus 5 into q plus 1. Now the left hand side is negative 8 into q plus 3. And then the right hand side is negative 8q minus 5 into q plus 1. Alright, I plug it in as usual. Negative 8 into 3.8 plus 3, which is negative 8 into 6.8. Now negative 8 times 6.8. Negative 8 times 8 is 64. 4 carry over 6. 8 times 6 is 48. Plus 6 is 54. So this is negative 54.4. Alright. In this one now, I see is negative 8q, 8 times 3.8 minus 5 into 3.8 plus 1. You have to be careful here. So 8 times 8, 64, 4, carry over 6, 8 times 3, 24, plus 6 is 30, negative 30.4, minus 5 into 4.8. So this is negative 30.4 minus 5 times 8 is 40, 0 carry over 4, 5 times 4 is 20 plus 4, 24.0. So negative 30.4, negative 24.0 gives you negative 54.4. So our left hand side is equal to our right hand side. And we are good. Okay. The last but not the least. The last but not the least. Question number 8. 4 into negative 2c plus 1 equal to 6 minus 2c minus 4. Alright, we distribute as usual. This is negative 8c plus 4 equal to 6. Now this is negative 1. So distribute negative 1. This is negative 2c plus 4. Okay. Variables left, constants right. Negative 8c plus 2c equal to 6 plus 4 minus 4. Right? So this is negative 6c equal to 6. And this is so sweet. C will now be negative 1. You divide both sides by negative 6. And that gives you that c is equal to negative 1. Do we stop here? No. We have to check. Now check. We write the main equation. 4 into negative 2c plus 1 equal to 6 minus 2c minus 4. Now, some of you should not smile the way I say check, okay? I know some people will try to teach me to speak like them. Anyway, let's continue. So this is left-hand side, right-hand side. Alright, this is 4 into negative 2c plus 1. And this is 6 minus 2c minus 4. Our c is equal to negative 1, so let's plug it in. So this is now 4 into negative 2 times negative 1 plus 1. So this is 4 into 2 plus 1. And this is 4 times 3, which gives you 12. 12 on the left-hand side. Over here, this is 6 minus 2 times negative 1 minus 4. 6 minus negative 2 minus 4. 6 minus negative 6. 6 plus 6, which is 12. 12 on the left, 12 on the right, we are good. Thank you for viewing this video segment. On the Moment of Conscience with Sam Dong, I really wish you a happy new year. I wish to thank every one of you for viewing. And please, if you have any question, go to my website and ask your question, or make a comment on the YouTube page. Thank you, and I'll see you in other video segments. Bye.